Thanks for joining us again. I'm Mr. Mark Black.
And I'm Jay Feliz. Welcome.
And we are going to bring you all the tea. So jumping right in, this is like one of those intertwining stories. So the Hillsong Church, which we'll mention again later, had to fire Chris Lentz, which is one of their pastors there. He was actually like Justin Bieber's personal pastor. Basically, you know, they don't practice what they preach, y'all. They was out here. He was out. So he was out here, you know, cheating on his wife and doing all that messy stuff. And the church does not agree. And so they threw his ass right out to the curb. He went.
And let me tell you, there was something pretty fishy, pretty interesting about how he's a pastor. And if you look at like his Instagram and some of his stories and even his Snapchat, it's kind of like, what type of life are you leading, honey? Are you really following God's path? He sees all, honey. You ain't got to lie. Everything. And moving on to the next thing. So, Lil Nas X and James Charles do a makeup video together. And honestly, Lil Nas takes the time to squash any romantic involvements, any rumors, which to me is kind of like, honey, who cares? You're a young gay black man. Do it up. You want to be a whore? Do it.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I loved his response because as a gay man, it's so true. Like, anytime you hang out with another gay person, another gay man, it's automatic like, oh my God, are you guys dating? Are you guys dating? No, we can totally just be friends. And so props to him. Side note, I don't think that James Charles did him any favors. I think that makeup job was messy.
First of all, I have a disdain for his makeup application style or anything like that. I think he uses way too much makeup. Yeah, like I think he uses way too much makeup to get like a super basic look. That's like totally unnecessary. Like you don't need to cake it on. But that aside,
moving right along. So in Taylor Swift drama, okay, so everybody knows that her masters from her first few albums were part of the company that got sold to Scooter Braun. She hates Scooter Braun. She penned this whole letter. It was this whole drama, blah, blah, blah. So now, following up, Scooter Braun has now sold her early catalog for $300 million to another company. She penned a personal letter to that company that was basically like, I'm going to re-record my early masters and like do it again. So you're pretty much going to lose your investment in a few years' time. So honestly, I don't even know why she's going so hard at this point. Because like, they're not really gonna make money. Like Scooter Braun made money, but he already made the money that he's gonna make off of you, so that's it. Like,
not just that, let's refer back to Exhibit A. Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince, honey, you re-record, they're suing the shit out of you unless you're changing all of those lyrics.
No, she has, there's like this whole thing, like she's allowed to re-record her masters and do, like she'll do some shit, I'm sure, but she'll ad-lib and whatever, so it's different. But basically her whole thing was if she tried to work with this new publishing company that purchased her early catalog, that it would be like, it still benefits Scooter Braun. So my thing is, eventually when you record these new masters and all of your super fans are gonna obviously only go to these new masters, their money is gone there. So it's just like, you know, I'm over it. It's over. And speaking of things that are over,
girl,
Jay,
talking about over, the People's Choice Awards 2020. Did you guys watch? Because I know I didn't. Did you? Honey, who does anymore? I feel like
I have family in town. I have family in town, so I was busy. And you know that you guys know on my personal page, I love to like keep up with the award shows and whatever. But I don't know, the People's Choice Awards never was like one of my favorites.
No, and it's like, who keeps it going? Like legit, this isn't like the Golden Globes or anything like that, or even the Spirit Awards.
Yeah, now it's like E Network. E Network is doing the People's Choice Awards. So I mean, congrats to them. And then they gave J-Lo accepted the Icon Award. I didn't see it, obviously. I saw a clip online of Renee Zellweger, like, giving her a thing. I didn't even know they were friends.
Renee?
It was Yeah, it was extremely awkward, honestly. If you guys have a chance, go check it out. It was super, super weird and like made no sense almost. But congrats to J-Lo, I guess, girl.
Hey, BX.
Okay. And following up, so a lot of previous stories that we've given you, we're giving you updates. So, biggest one, Tory Lanez was not in person in court, but in court to plead not guilty
The
to
audacity.
the charges. Honestly, guys, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's so like I want evidence at this point.
Yeah.
So many of the stories are so it's just so crazy. Like I want to know what's the real tea. Like just
Definitely.
tell us the truth.
Right now, there's like a huge cloud of reasonable doubt that's like looming everyone's heads because it's like, yes, he got arrested, but in most states, after a call or even after the police witnessing something that's warranted of any suspicion, they can arrest you, you know? But
honestly, it's just
it's messy.
We're gonna keep you up to date on that mess because speaking of messiness, we gave you that story a few weeks ago about Lana Del Rey having a book signing and wearing a mesh mask, and it was very like, girl, what are you doing? So she finally responded, not just because of that, but also because people were insinuating that she was a Trump supporter. So basically, she came out and says, you know, the mesh mask had like a clear plastic lining, which I'm like, I feel like we would have seen a little like...
Not just that,
you know.
but she addressed this issue like when it was first like released, which was like weeks ago. So her readdressing it now is kind of like, girl, why are we going back? Something lets me know maybe it's a guilty conscience. Like, why are you trying to clear your name up so bad? Like, we already kind of don't fuck with you.
Right, Lana girl, let us know because just tell the truth. We need to know because we need to know if we fucking with you or not. Okay. Speaking of people that we not fucking with at all.
So talking about someone that we really, really don't like here, the worst Chris of them all, Chris Pratt. All of a sudden, his brother-in-law, hottie Patrick Schwarzenegger, comes to his defense, which to me now, your hot level was over here. Now you're like over here, honey. You wasn't even here. You were here, you know?
So my whole thing is, and I want to clarify something because I was having a conversation with somebody about like, oh, you know, political disagreements and why can't people, whatever. I don't mind. I don't have anything against anybody who identifies as a Republican. My issue is when you identify as a Republican because of the fact that you love Donald Trump and you love his ideals and you love what he's doing and you love the white supremacy and you love all that shit. I don't support that. That's not a political view. That's an oppressive view. And I don't support that.
And those are cultist thinking. Like, who the fuck hangs a flag of a president?
Honestly, guys. And you know what? Normally we take a break, but I think that we should just go right through to the next piece and just slam you guys this week. We're going to skip a break because this week, we're bringing you our lovely, lovely new segment of Excalibur.
I'm trying to get the light, yo. I'm trying to get the light. You see what I mean?
Yes, get that shimmer, that shine, okay? So, y'all. Your girl, okay, Candace Owens. Speaking of Republicans that I do not agree with, okay, Candace Owens, who, for lack of a better word, is just like, you know, the unfortunate face of, you know, this black puppetry Republican thinking to say like, you know, black people have to do certain things in order to gain equality and et cetera, et cetera. So
and don't get me wrong, some of her viewpoints, they're not entirely wrong. She's not entirely stating things that are not facts. Like the fact that the government came in and destroyed black communities, black homes,
so
the way that systemic racism is built. She's super,
absolutely
100% hits the nail.
In that sense, yes, she does what the president does, which is she takes a fact and then bases a whole manipulative, you know, narrative around that fact. So, and expanding on that power that she has, she decided to twist her mouth and come out to tweet about basically without adding him, because that's the cowardly thing to do.
That's how they do
is
it.
Say, you know, basically come for Harry Styles and his whole Vogue cover and him wearing like a petticoat dress, whole thing. Who the fuck cares, man? Who
Legit.
cares? Like, let people live. Bro, high heels were created for men. If anybody knows their fashion history, high heels were created for men.
Butchers, so
Okay?
they avoid the blood when they're cleaning the meats. I had to school somebody about that today.
Okay, get your facts straight, guys. It's not, and you know, she basically tweeted about, getting back to manly men. Girl, no one cares. And if anybody does any research and looks up your husband, he don't look like the manliest man.
She probably
Seems like you're
pegs
projecting,
him.
sweetie.
She probably pegs him.
Seems like she's projecting, okay, on what she wants. So get your life, girl. Get it together. And thank you guys so much for joining us this week. We'll see you again.
Take care, guys. Bye.